everything, but X is one of them niggas. I wish I could have like a final convo with to kind of like like really get like his mindset on everything because everything happened so fast, dog. Like we're remembering it now, but it's just like, bro, these things just was just happening. It wasn't like things that were planned. It felt like it was just things happening. And now when I think about a lot of shit, I'm like, yo, maybe the fucking universe aligned for us to get a nigga like that, but also it aligned for all those moments to happen for him to be who he was. Like when he first passed away, I had like so many mixed emotions, but I always was like, yo, damn, was there a possible scenario where he wouldn't have been in that situation? Because you always feel like, oh man, like, damn, how did shit happen like that? And after thinking about it a million ways, I always thought X was the exact person who we were supposed to get. And he was the same person living the same life he was supposed to live. And he made every decision that he was supposed to make. And I hate to say it, but how it ended, it almost feel like that's what's supposed to happen. Like, that sounds crazy, but it there's nothing explainable with X. Like, I just can't understand any other way of how his life would have been if it wasn't exactly like that. And when I mean exactly like that, what you might think is good and what you might think is bad. I
So
feel
are
like,
you saying?
well,
Do you feel like?
oh no. And I don't want to get biblical with this because I would never, I'm not one of these people who indulges in blasphemy. You know how some like think about, and this is gonna almost feel like I'm going on the realm of blasphemy, but think about what I'm saying. If you think about, and please just listen to me. I'm not trying to blaspheme, okay? I'm number one, I'm super respectful of God. But number one, if you ever think about like say the story of Jesus, right? And I know that's almost like the blasphemy part, right? Because you can't compare no human, nobody, no thing to
Just talk,
Jesus.
bro.
But here's what I'm saying. The story of Jesus had to end with him on the cross. It had to end there. There was no other ending. Everything that happened that led up to that, everything that happened great that people had to admire, everything that happened bad that people had to say that he was bad. Everything led up, everything that had to happen in Jesus' life had to happen for him to be on that cross. And when you think about X, unfortunately, everything that we loved about him and everything that we praised in terms of saying he was great was also inclusive with everything that happened that led to his death. You know what I mean? And I remember thinking that because I used to be thinking, I'm like, well, I remember, and by the way, rest in peace to Takeoff. I remember there was a situation. I remember being on the phone with him screaming at him, bro. The nigga, he got in a fight with the Migos. He was in LA. And I remember he had got online. He was like, yo, Takeoff took off. And, obviously, that's, they had squashed everything because he even later apologized. But I just remember how everything was. And I remember it felt like he wasn't that much, like he was in control of what was going on, but it was just a movie happening. It was just thing after thing. You know what I mean? And maybe I should just like throw some other shit in the mix to not make it seem like I'm comparing X to God or nothing like that.
Some nigga said X was Jesus?
No. Yeah. I'm not saying that at all. Okay. Now I gotta throw some other shit for y'all to really get what I'm saying.
Sense now. X was God.
Okay. 6ix9ine. Okay, he ain't nothing.
I get what you're saying, bro. I know they trolling, but I get what you're trying to say.
All right. But let me. Also, I'll throw 6ix9ine to mix. Everything that happened with 6ix9ine and Treyway and all that shit, bro, that had to happen for 6ix9ine to be 6ix9ine, and he had to get locked up, right? I think it was always gonna be where that was almost gonna be maybe possibly the ending, him getting locked up, or
like it was his destiny.
Yeah, exactly. Okay,
it was written. But basically, what you're saying was it was written, bro.
Thank you.
It was already planned.
And by the way, I'm not one of those people who think your destiny is already written and pre-written. But I remember, like, let me tell you, when you go through loss and you're trying to look for explanations, you try to think, well, what if this wasn't? What if he didn't do this? What if he didn't do that? Damn, what if he didn't go to LA then? Damn, what if he didn't blah, blah, blah? What if he didn't do this? How would have that had changed the circumstances, and would we still have him here? And I remember playing with those scenarios when it came to X, like in every different way. You're trying to change a variable of this hypothetical board, and I was just like, I feel like we would still be here no matter what. And that's all I'm trying to say. Like, it feel like, as much as I do believe he was robbed of a full life, I felt like there was no other way to avoid some of the inevitable that happened.
Which is sad. It's like fate, kind of.
Yeah, it's one of those things. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. But I hate to say that because I don't believe that about everybody. You know what I mean? I don't believe that everybody's fate is predetermined and this and third. But just witnessing it and give me a chance to explain, maybe it's because how quick it happened, how like chaotic and how it was thing after thing. Like, I just remember anytime like I would even talk to him and I would even try and get a semblance into his mindset, it felt like it was a movie. Okay, this, that. We're into this scene. This, that. It was just never, oh, okay, you're controlling it. It just felt like things, it felt like you're on a roller coaster and you couldn't control the turns or the dips or the going up or whatever. I don't know. And I hope nobody I hope y'all don't listen to what I just said and be like, nigga, you sound like Juice WRLD's ex-girlfriend, nigga.
No, you right.
What type of shit?
I agree, bro.
Yeah, that definitely wasn't insensitive, bro. I get what you was trying to say, though.
I feel like
it's fucked up, but like, you got, hey, bro, it happens. Same niggas probably think the same for Tupac and shit, bro. But that's how life works, bro.
They probably do think that for Tupac. Thank you for mentioning that.
Yeah, like Tupac is goated, not like without being like insensitive, but Tupac was goated because of his story, like the way that he died, but the shit that he got off before he died kind of made that nigga more goated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, you get what I'm trying to say?
I'll tell you this. I was so hurt with X's death, and this might sound crazy. I was so hurt, after he passed away. A little bit of what helped me kind of get through it, and we got to switch topics before I started tearing up again. But what helped me get through it is me knowing his character and just knowing how he was, and like I've played that scenario where the nigga came to rob him, and I knew him. I knew exactly how that went down. I don't need no media, no nothing to tell me how that went down. I know it went down. And I was like, no matter what I thought, no matter what anybody else in the world thought, when you know somebody, like for example, if I know that Boom gonna cross the street when it's red and blah blah blah, if I know certain situation, if I know you that well and I know how you gonna act in a certain situation, if something unfortunate happens, that becomes something to help me almost accept it, because I almost have to accept the fact that there's nothing you could have done to change it. There's nothing nobody could have done to change it. You know what I mean? And maybe that's where my comments come from. But anyway, I want to turn the stream into some others. And let's talk about some other shit, man. God damn, man.
Let's talk about how goated Kanye. What? No, just playing.
Nah, fuck that. When is the prize merch coming out? Because I'm trying to cop ASAP.
Come on, man. I'm the prize, man. Yo.